have a question. Do you guys read books? I had a brief stint in that. I don't really do that anymore, but I'm just wondering if you guys have any opinions on that.
Oh, on books? You know, I'm glad you asked that question because I actually have a list of books. All right, I have a list of books. It's more so books you probably shouldn't read. All right, these are books you don't want to read. All right,
Let's hear it.
let's give it a list. Number 1. All right, here's the books to avoid. All right, anything to do with self-help. I know people out there, they want to better their lives. They want to live more meaningful lives, but they don't want to touch things like philosophy or even like the Bible or anything like that. They want like easy answers and like very like sarcastic quips. You know, I think in this category we'll find books like Atomic Habits. It's very popular on Book Talk. You guys know anything about Book Talk? That shit's it's just kind of cancerous. Actually, you don't want to be on Book Talk. It's just a lot of people who think they know stuff, but they really don't.
I have a book talk section in my local library here, and every time I walk past it, it's I just want to burn the whole fucking building down. It's awful. Every book in there is awful.
Is it like a library, or is it a bookstore like a Barnes and Noble? Like how does that?
Like TikTok recommendations?
So,
or what?
like, I'm not gonna name out where I live, but I have a local actual library here. Sometimes I go in there because I've did a few books before, and the last time I went, there was a whole book. It said on the top of the bookshelf, it said Book Talk, and like there was like all these like really awful books I was reading through, and like they were all like half of them was just like horny rage bait. Jesus, like what would you call it? Gooner bait. That's what it's called.
Dark romance novels.
That's crazy. Another book you don't want to read. All right, another book you don't want to read is it's The Art of Not Giving a Fuck. You guys know about that book?
No. I've heard of that. Yeah,
we'll put it up in post over here on the green screen. But it's
the subtle art.
If you're reading that, if you're picking it up, why? Like, I've never read a single lick, a single note, anything on that, any line. I never touched a physical copy. It just sounds like smut. It just smells like pure, just like, let me tell you how you should live your life, and you should not give a fuck about things. It's like so obvious, you know what I mean?
I feel like the issue with that is I feel like some people just want people to tell them what to do, and I feel like we should respect the crowd of people who want to be not have ideas, because I mean not everyone
people won't be sheep. That's what you're right about that. People do want to be sheep.
Yeah, I mean that's fine.
You have the right to be a
like,
dumbass.
I agree. I mean that's why I stopped reading books. It was like what's the point?
Yeah, when you read books, you become a sheep, right?
I don't know.
Oh,
do you?
I don't know. I haven't read any books myself either.
Yeah, another book you want to watch out for. I mean, it's just another one. It's in the same category, self-help. Anything by this guy called Malcolm Gladwell. I actually had to read one of his books for in high school. It's called Outliers, and literally like the premise is, in order to get good at something, in order to be like a genius or like some maximum creative, you have to spend 10,000 hours into a craft. And that's it.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that choice. I think that book was pretty alright.
Because he said that, I'm gonna have to edit that out actually in post production.
Yeah, you can't be corrected by your own.
You can't disagree with my list.
Can I just say on the Malcolm Gladwell thing really quickly? Yeah, the stuff in there seems obvious after you've read it, but like I feel like it's probably good that there's some book out there that actually explains this stuff and like finds actual examples for these things, because you can just say, oh yeah, if you spend 10,000 hours doing something then you'll be good at it, but like what does the evidence say? Is that actually true? And then he's like, yeah, it is true.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. It's just it's a genre I wouldn't like. If you want to get into reading, just don't read that. Like, just look up like an article about something like that. Just don't. You don't have to pick up buy a whole ass book and like read it in your free time. Like, read something that gives you personal nourishment. You know what does not give any personal nourishment, even though may seem like it would. There's this book I'm having this is book number 2, actually, surprisingly enough. A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. It's a fantasy book, fantasy series. I'm pretty big into fantasy. I like Lord of the Rings. A Song of Ice and Fire by George R.R. Martin, and Dune. I like that stuff. These are classic books. These are books you actually do want to read, but you don't want to read this. I'll give the synopsis. In A Court of Thorns and Roses, 19-year-old Fair Archerin, a mortal huntress struggling to feed her impoverished family, kills a wolf in the woods, unaware it's a fae in disguise. Faes are like fairies, I think. I think that's what they are. They're like a type of like race or something like that, like fairy race. Soon after, Tamlin, a high lord of the Fae Spring Court, demands retribution, forcing her to live in his realm. There she finds the Fae lands are plagued by a magical blight caused by the cruel Amarantha, who I'm not finishing this. You've heard this story before. And you know for a fact, all right? What did they do to change the story? They made it smut. Now it's just smut. It's just stop. We don't need any more smut fairy bullshit. Let it die. We don't need any more of that shit. I think that the fairy trope like really died with like Tolkien. Like, cause his conception of fairy or elves, which are basically the same thing, is that they're like this angelic, like almost angelic race that like are a little more rational than humans, but like they don't have like the same emotions or something. Like, it's really interesting. Spoiler alert! If you guys didn't know, the rest of the book is just smut, just like pure freaking romance smut. And she actually goes into detail of sex, lots of it.
That's realistic,
Yeah, I seen a video essay on the book. I didn't read like the whole thing, but I also do have an idea of what's in it, and yeah, I can second that. It's a lot of it is just hardcore gooner bait. It's awful.
That's what I was saying, man. Yeah, it's just like smut. All right, it's gonna be the same thing. You're gonna find this. I mean, I think the only difference is that it's not like regular porn. Where regular porn, number one, it's in video for the most part, but it appeals to the male gaze, whereas this appeals to the female gaze. Big difference. Very big difference. It's part of a series of the same name. I guess dumb people are just eating it up. I don't know what to say. I mean, I know it's like under the female gaze, but I'm not calling girls dumb. Like that's not what I mean. Like boys are dumb too. Like they can be pretty dumb. Like we read,
went to
like,
Jupiter.
We read Atomic Habits and the subtle art of not giving a fuck. That's what we read. Number 3, Harry Potter. Don't pick it up. It's just dumb. It's for babies. Also, J.K. Rowling is not a good person.
Going with that, I think she's also gone off the deep end. Unfortunately, he's not able to get on the show, but one of our group of people, Cypher, recently sent a while ago some tweets that J.K. Rowling sent. I'll send them to you via private correspondence.
Wait, what?
I don't know if I should read
I never
these.
heard of this. I don't
know if I should read these. You can put them on screen, but definitely a bit of a fall off. The shortest one is Ron, Harry, and Hermione had multiple threesomes, and the other one is quite a bit long.
What?
But I guess
Yes.
I guess it is a question of what
Yeah.
do we respect what the author says or what the author writes?
No, it's
the
J.K.
intentionality
Rowling.
of the
Yo,
author.
I'm looking at this right now. What the fuck? Oh, we're putting this back on post. What the hell?
Get J.K. Rowling into a home.
Yo, that's dope. That's awesome. Do you guys remember when J.K. Rowling said actually Hermione is a black lesbian?
Yeah, it's all about authorial
Even though in
intent.
the book, I think he was the prisoner of Azkaban. It specifically states that Hermione is actually fair skin.
Well, it's metaphorical. This is kind of different note, but there's a book that I just feel like I should add on to this list. Where
Feel free.
I really hate it. It's The Trial by Franz Kafka. I mean, really, it's one of the most disturbing books I've ever laid my eyes on to this day. Like, it's an excruciating experience. I don't think my brain cells will recover. They're still suffering aftershocks because the atmosphere of the novel is just so odd and gruesome. Like the rooms with the low ceilings and stuffy offices, it made me feel like I'm having a bizarre nightmare. Like Kafka intentionally made this inhuman world inflicted with depravity of the law, which is ironic because Kafka was a lawyer. And it's only 200 pages, but it feels like it's 2,000 pages. and you're supposed to be in a state of awe. 'Cause it's so fucking deep and philosophical, but I think it was just a waste. Like the trial, it's absurd, ridiculous, hideous, preposterous, illogical, ludicrous, nonsensical, confusing, and genuinely horrible. Like maybe it would make more sense and read smoother if you learned German first. But as for me, I mean, it's the book that made me officially swear off translated novels.
You know, man, that's really funny because like, is this what you're talking about over here? Is this the
Yeah, I could, yeah, that's one of the like one of the few reasons I stopped reading,
really?
because it just made me feel so bad. Because it's like I don't
Yeah,
think a
that's
book
not,
should do
that's
that
not
to
good.
someone.
Yeah, we'll add this to the list. Guys, don't read this book. It's makes you feel bad. It makes you sad. It makes you all the bad emotions, all the not good. I mean, yeah, don't read this also. Any teen dystopian novel series. I feel like the problem with these is that they're always like trying to save the world. Kids don't act like that. Like no one acts like this. The Hunger Games. I wouldn't say I was a fan, but I was aware. I read I think the first one in the series, and it's like I couldn't really get through it because I mean it's not my thing, but it's just like none of these are my thing. But it's just like I don't know. You know, it's just like not like pleasant, you know what I mean? It's just like, or not pleasant. It's just not like realistic enough where you can get you immersed into the world. And also, I feel like the type of people are the same types of people who are Harry Potter fans, where they think that like it's like yo, this is dark, bro. They're fighting against capitalism, or like they're fighting against the system, bro. Yo, they do like genocide and shit, bro. Yo. It's like it's very much like the you guys familiar with like the SpongeBob, the clip from SpongeBob where they're going on the roller coaster. It is like the baby roller coaster. Like it's just like the epitome of that, where it's like trying to be like super edgy and dark, but it really isn't. And the next category of books, I'm not saying don't ever read them. The first part is for sure don't read them. Just don't look at it. Just waste of your time. This next category, all right, is going to be the read with caution. All right, first one I have on this list, Crime and Punishment by Dostoevsky. Don't start with this book. Not this one. You want to start with something like Notes from Underground. You want to start with that. You want to start with White Nights as well. That's actually about a love story, but kind of gone wrong. Very interesting. Both books are really good. You should actually give those a try first before reading Crime and Punishment. Particularly, you do not want to read this edition. You don't want to read this edition. This is the Richard Pevier and Larissa Volokonsky. The language in this is like genuinely just archaic, and it just ruins the flow of the read. You're not going to get a lot out of that. You want to read something like the this edition like I got over here, the Michael R. Katz translation. You want to start this one. All right. That's what you want to do.
Right.
That's what you want to do.
Hey, hold on one sec. Sorry, 1 second. Excuse me, who is this? What do you mean I am under arrest? Preposterous! I cannot be arrested without being told what for. You will hear from my lawyer about this one. I might have to get going. Sorry.
Huh?
That's crazy. Okay.
That was
Kay. So our friend Kay left. Yeah, I think he got arrested or something like that. So unfortunately,
He might be going on a trial.
He might be going on a trial. That's that makes a lot of sense. He might be going on a trial. Another one of these read with caution is Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. Again, not a bad book, but it's not a true, authentic introduction to Stoic philosophy. You don't want to start with that one first. You want to start with, I don't know, you want to take a college course on it. You want to take a college course on Stoic philosophy. You don't want to just go deep in. And also, you don't want to go on YouTube. Stay away from Stoic YouTube. You guys know about this? You guys know about like the people?
Yeah,
like, yo,
unfortunately, man. Dark philosophy. Those kinds of people.
Man, yo, the thing is that it's like we need to cultivate a high value man. All right, we don't cry. Men don't cry. All right, men are stoic. All right, men don't worry about the little things in life. They have big goals. All right, which is like a gross understatement of Stoic philosophy. Again, you wanna check out other stuff, and you want to read Marcus Aurelius just like that. Another thing about Marcus Aurelius is that it's not intended for a Western mind or an American Western mind. Now you're saying, Mr. Silverman, what do you mean by not intended for a Western mind? Well, I gotta let you know, man. This is the Roman times. This is not America in the 21st century. All right, this is not even England in the height of the British Empire. All right, Christianity hasn't even existed yet. Well, hold on. No, yeah, Christianity as we know it hasn't even existed yet. You're reading you're reading a book by a guy who is talking to himself about what he should do, not just as emperor, but like as a person in the world. You know, it's not for you. It's not intended for you. And if you're just going into it, just be like, yo, man, this is deep. Yo, it is deep, but you don't understand it. You need context, and that's the main reason why you don't want to check this one out. The next one, Nietzsche. Are you guys familiar with Nietzsche?
A little bit. Not that I've read any of him, but
Yeah. What do you know about Nietzsche though? Joseph Stillwater, you're live on the air.
I mean, I know that he's like heavily misunderstood by a bunch of people because they don't know how to read him.
That's a good point.
That's the
That's a good
extent of
point.
it.
Yeah. That's why I put him on the list. Before reading Nietzsche, this applies to it applied to Stoic philosophy, but it applies to Nietzsche especially. Take a course on it. Or, I mean, obviously you had to do this, but you can become a philosophy major.
I just remembered.
Philosophy minor, you can do that. I don't know. If you want to get a job, like minor definitely. And probably major something like mechanical engineering or aerospace or something like that. Yeah, but Nietzsche is just very difficult to understand. And you need to proceed with caution first. That's why you need a guide. That's what it's all about. All right. And this applies to all philosophy, like Plato, and you're gonna find this in just a lot of things. Like I think the art of philosophy is that you read about it, you think about it, and you discuss it, or then you read annotations, you read supplementary text. All right. It's one big dialogue. If you want to get all Platonic, you want to get all Socratic, it's a big philosophical discussion. That's what the art of philosophy is, that you're in this constant dialogue. Read Nietzsche if that's what you're looking for, like a dialogue. Do not read if you're just going to be like, this is how I'm going to start my Sigma shit. Anarchist Literature, second to last, penultimate of the don't read or read with caution. I just want all the anarchists watching that let them know that Karl Marx is better, and you're going to get more out of Karl Marx than you are going to get out of anarchist literature. Like it's all great. I mean, I have this over here. Anarcho-syndicalism. All right, let's get this in the other cam. Anarcho-syndicalism, theory and practice. It's pretty weathered in. I tried to looking through this one, annotating it just a little bit. All right, I just want you to know that what you're gonna get out of anarchism is we're gonna get a lot better. It's just like just Marxist literature. Like read Marx, read Engels, read like Althusser. Here's actually a book recommendation over here. Capitalist Realism by Mark Fisher. Read stuff like this. You don't necessarily need anarchist literature to make yourself smart. All right, or to be a good leftist. Just read the classic Marx. All right, I know it's a little biased. This will piss a lot of my anarchist friends, but I gotta let you know it's the truth.
But you're not saying don't read it, right? Because it is still useful. It is because it is still useful, right? Like to not have a centralized state and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, you want to know what they're arguing for. If you get in a dialogue with any anarchist, it's good to understand their side, and therefore But if you're just gonna read that and just be like, I'm an anarchist now, yeah. No, that ain't it, Chief. That ain't it, Chief. You gotta broaden your horizons to regular, real Marxism.
My point was though, like you don't get out of Marx anything about like how to organize a government that isn't gonna abuse its power or like can't, like it's not possible to, that kind of thing. Like I feel like they're still important.
What you're gonna get out of Marx is you're just going to get at analysis of capitalism and a vague sense of what the future should be and what will most likely be.
Right.
Like, he doesn't describe communism or anything like that. Anarchism are very kind of like practice oriented, where they're sort of like, we need to like have communities, autonomous communities, and these will be the building blocks of like the revolution or something like that. Like, that's what they'll tell you. That's what this book will tell you over here. That's what this book will tell you. It'll tell you like the theory and practice. See, it's right there. It's all right there, right? But I'm just saying, man, it's just read Marx. The Catcher in the Rye. It's dangerous literature. It's kind of like it's relatable. That's the thing. Like, I liked it because it was relatable, but the thing, if you get too sucked into it, you just obsess over it. It's kind of like that the Joker movie that came out in 2019. It was clear incel bait, and it seemed like that was a target audience. And this is what it sort of is. Also, it's just sort of incel bait. I have 2 copies of it, unfortunately, but if you want to read it, you want to read it to understand. You want to read to understand like the type of person it's critiquing, like the type of kid, and like not even necessarily critiquing, but have empathy with people who are very depressed about things. And I'm not saying don't read it, but I am saying is that read it with caution, lots of caution. I think that'll do it for our list. Just so you know, the first 5 or so books on the list are smut and just not good for you. Don't touch it. But the very last part, pretty good. Just don't read it at first. Read something you enjoy that isn't like garbage or smut, and then move on to the big boy stuff.